What's going on, guys? This is just going to be a quick guide on how to use Wuthering Tools to optimize your Brant damage. So, really quick, obviously go to WutheringTools.com, and first, just make sure that you've selected Brant, select your level, select your talent levels. For now, uncheck My Moment, because that's your Liberation attack scaling. We don't want to see that yet, right? Because at the end of this, we want to check your attack, just your clean, raw attack, see if it matches up with the one that you would see in game when you have Brant on the field and in the party. Make sure Theatrical Moment is on. Make sure these inherent skills are on if you have them. Select any stats you've got. Go to the Weapon tab. Unflickering Valor, Weapon level, Refinement level. You keep these on. Just keep the buffs on. Go to your Echoes, right? When you're making your Echoes, Dragon of Dirge for the Dragon of Fear 4 cost. In my case, crit damage. Click on the set. Make sure you click this, because if you don't, then you won't actually get the 30% damage buff from your set. And then just match your substats, right? Do that for each of your echoes, right? Hit the pencil button, by the way. And then you can save them with the Save Echo button. And then you can find them in this folder later. Go to the bottom. Attack is increased by 15%. 30% damage bonus. The Dragon of Dirge passive. Go to the sequences. Select whatever sequences that you have, right? And now, before you do anything else, okay, check your stats. Make sure that the attack stat is the one that you've got in game. Make sure, you know, HP, defense, whatever. Crit rate, crit damage, energy regen, the basic attack damage bonus. I would say ignore it, because it's going to be like when you have your weapon and stuff active. Alright, so then, if this all matches, right, that means that you've input all of your stuff correctly. So, Brant, level 90, max talents, take My Moment off for now. Check your things. Yep, this looks all good. Weapon, refinement level, all that. Yep, looks good. My echoes look good. Yes. Yep, these are all right. These are all enabled. My sequences look right. So these are my stats in game, right? If I'm in combat, right? Because the weapon buffs. These would be my stats. If you've made it this far, that means that you've input your stuff right. You can check your damage, and this is like all your damage numbers. If you want to check how much damage you do when we're in your liberation, now we can go back here and turn this on. So now we've got our ult buff active. So there's our new set of damage numbers. Cool. So now, let's just say we were wondering if this energy regen piece, for instance, is better or worse than a different echo that we've got, right? So let's just check. I mean, I have, I think, some 3 costs saved in here. Let's just say it's this Abyssal Gladius that's got fusion damage, right? So we could click this, and one thing I'll have to mention is the energy regen will probably drop below 250, and it won't actually reflect that in the damage, but we could just check, like, is this better than, you know, and you'll see it's like, okay, well, we lose damage. We did go below 240, 50% energy regen, so be careful of that. This is not actually connected to how much energy regen you have. So if you're switching echoes around, make sure that this number actually is above 250. If it's not, then you'd have to take this off, and then our damage is just completely screwed. But yeah, we could check, like, the difference between this echo and the echo that we've actually got on, which is this one, right? And we'll see the exact damage difference. Exact damage difference. It looks like we can actually even click this for the explanation of our talent, but we don't need that. You can also put on team buffs. So, like, if we were running, say, Sanhua, we could put Sanhua on. We could put our outro on, S6. Let's just say we got some, like, buffs over here. These are the echo buffs, maybe some weapon buffs. Now we could really, like, check our damage, right? Because we've checked the stats. They're correct. And now that we've checked the stats and they're all good, that means that this is actually, like, these buffs are applying to our Brant build. So maybe we also want to check how much damage we do with Verena. So we could do, like, yep, this inherent, this outro skill, go back to the echo buffs. We have Rejuvenating Glow, Fallacy. There you go. That's how much damage our anchor would do. Just to check, yep, we have My Moment enabled. That's how much damage we do. There it is. So now maybe we want to see how much damage the sequences do. So just for the sake of it, I'm going to turn all the sequences off. And let's just say this was our build and our team. And everything looks great. Yep, this is how much damage I do with my anchor. Not bad. I want to see, okay, well, how much value do I get out of sequence 1? Well, turn it on. And at 3 stacks, you can see the exact difference. It's a lot of damage, actually. It's a ton of damage. It also gives you the slowdown. It's my favorite sequence on Brant, I think. We can also check how much our average damage would go up. Sorry, our average damage down here would go up if we go to S2. There you go. If you smile down, you can actually also see how much that outro does. Right? There you go. So then we can also check our S3 damage. So boom, it jumps up so much. It's such a strong sequence. We can check how much healing the S4 gives. We can check how much the 15% from S5 gives. We can even check the blast from S6. That's how much damage we do, right? We can test the exact amount of damage increase from each of our sequences. We could even do the refinements. How much damage do I go to R5? It's a lot, right? It's a good amount. Then we can also, swap out echoes, in and out. Just make sure, if you're swapping echoes, make sure you're meeting 250 energy regen, right? Make sure that you're doing that. Otherwise, it will kind of be lying to you because it's not going to automatically disable this if you go below 250. So make sure that you're actually paying attention to your ER. So you can swap echoes in and out, test your refinements on your weapon, test your sequences, and you'll know exactly how much value you're getting out of what, and which echo is better than the other. Should you go ER, or ER fusion, this will tell you exactly what your damage will be if you're to switch echoes in and out. So that's how you use Wuthering Tools. Again, make sure that this is Tide-Breaking Courage. If you're testing your attack and try to match it to your attack in-game, make sure you don't have any attack buffs on. Right? If I was trying to match my attack, I don't want to turn off all of this stuff. Right? Turn off everything. Turn off my moment. And that number is my exact attack in-game. If you have any questions, just comment them. Right? And, yeah. Get building and grinding. See ya.